What is up, everybody? 12 Nation, NFL Nation. I'm not posted in a month. I think more than a month. I'm sorry about that. I'm back with my friend Tony here.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
Today, we're going to be discussing the 5 teams that we believe are going to surprise the NFL in 2022. We put a nice list for you guys, giving some detail on why we think these teams are going to really perform. Tony, who's your first team?
First team, I'm going with the Jets. You agree or no?
I really like the New York Jets. I think Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh have really built around Zach Wilson, bringing in Laken Tomlinson, picking up DJ Reed. DJ Reed's a great corner for them to match up with Ahmad Garner. And they also drafted Jermaine Johnson, who I think is a really great pass rusher for them. And I think he is going to fit with Saleh's defense. And I think the Jets will have a really good defense in 2022. And what's the saying? Defense does win championships.
That is true. I think by far the Jets had, without a doubt, the best draft out of any NFL team. They picked up the perfect components to their team needs, and I think they'll be a surprising team. I think they might have a chance to make the playoffs. Honestly.
Yeah, the Jets definitely do have a chance with the weak division. What am I saying? The Bills are in that division. But they do have a chance to finish second. The Patriots didn't have a great draft. Many were saying it's a very poor draft. Cole Strange at 29 didn't make a lot of sense. But that team, the Patriots, they can be a good team or they can be a bad team. The Jets definitely have an opportunity of swooping the second spot, but they also got to fight against Miami. And going to Miami, that is my second team who I think will surprise us in 2022.
I think so too.
Look at the pickups. Look at who they got in free agency.
Went all out this year.
It really did. They got Taron Armstead, who great offensive lineman, a top 10 offensive lineman in the NFL, and obviously one of the best receivers in the NFL, Tyreek Hill, obviously you can see a bit biased, but he's been saying he loves Tua. He thinks Tua's a great QB, and Miami is a good team. They have other targets such as Mike Gesicki, and running out of the backfield, they do have some names. So I think Miami will be a surprise team.
I think they have an insane defense. Their defense was really good last year. The one thing is Tua. I think that's going to be the biggest hearsay. If he plays well, he has Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. If he plays well, I think they have a really good shot of making the playoffs. That's the only question right there. They have a ton of talent on this team. They went out. They got a new coach.
Mike McDaniel, for sure. As a Niner fan, his offensive style is a very nice offensive
Very
style.
similar to Kyle Shanahan.
So, it will be fun to see what he can do with that Miami offense, which has a lot of talent. Moving on to the third team.
Speaking of the Niners, I think a surprise team will be the Niners because all I have to say, I think Trey Lance is the option. I think he's the guy. I think he is the savior of the Niners franchise. I think he will take us that one jump we needed, get to the Super Bowl, and I think we win it this year.
Yeah, I definitely think the Niners have a really clear shot at second place in the NFC West. The Cardinals showed why they are struggling, and they kind of showed what they're lacking last season in that wild card game. So it will be fun to see what the Niners can do this year. Obviously, they have a lot of talent on their offense and defense. When that team is healthy, they are a very scary team. They got to the NFC Championship. They will be a good team to see next year. And going into my third team, I got the Seattle Seahawks. We both have a little bias. We both think that our teams are going to perform really well. And I really do believe the Seattle Seahawks have a good team. I truly think they can win 7 games this year. I know they don't have a quarterback, but they do have talent everywhere else. Talk about the running back position. Chris Carson saying that he can come back. Obviously, Rashad Penny in the last 5 weeks was the best running back in the NFL. Kenneth Walker. They built the offensive line. Got Charles Cross in the draft. The team is looking good. And for the future, because of the Russell Wilson trade with the first-round pick next year, and then they have their own pick because they recover from the Jamal Adams trade, I think if the team can get it done this year, in future years, this will be a good team to watch. And before we get into our fourth team, make sure to follow Tony on Twitter. Make sure to follow the Hawk Alert on Twitter. Make sure to follow the Instagram. And make sure to follow me on Twitter. All of those will be in the bio down there. Tony, let's go on to your fourth team.
My fourth team I have is the Arizona Cardinals, another NFC West Division team. I think they will be a surprise pick because I think they will have an awful year, honestly. I know I've seen Kyler Murray get into the gym a lot. I think he's gained a lot of weight, a lot of muscle, but I don't see them playing well this year. They struggled the second half of the season. They struggled second half of the season, the last year before this year. And I just think that their head coach, even before when he was in college, he never competed in the second half. I think his playbook is just too easy to figure out. So I think with the talent they have, they picked up Hollywood Brown. I don't think what they did was enough to make the next jump. They lost Christian Kirk. They didn't do much besides pick up Hollywood Brown, which I don't think is enough.
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming with that. And Hopkins will be suspended for the 6
Yeah, 6 games, or what is it, 6 games?
For 6 weeks. And we saw Kyler Murray wasn't a lot without DeAndre Hopkins.
Nothing.
And let's say DeAndre Hopkins can't even sometimes get the ball, but he is DeAndre Hopkins. He can draw 2 defenders, and without him, without Christian Kirk, this team's looking at Zach Ertz and
An old Zach Ertz, and a Hollywood Brown who hasn't really proved anything.
Yeah, last season he did have a pretty good
year, but dropped a lot of balls.
Yeah, especially in that Lions game, if many of you watched that. But going on to the Ravens, that is my fourth team. I honestly think they have a clear shot at winning the North because Deshaun Watson's suspension is up in the air, right?
That's the one thing. If he's not suspended, I don't know.
Pittsburgh is not it looks like they're going to be in the rebuilding phase. So I definitely do think the Ravens have a good shot at winning that division. The Bengals are the Bengals, but the Ravens have proved why they're a scary team. Lamar's a very good quarterback. I know some say, he's very overrated. Some say he's very underrated. But Lamar is Lamar. He's an MVP. That team's going to be healthy. They're going to have all their guys back. Look at their running backs at week 1. They were running out Tyson Williams. At week 1, and now they're gonna have all their guys back. J.K. Dobbins is great.
And then Gus Edwards as a backup too.
Yeah, and the receivers are a bit lacking, but Mark Andrews is a very good tight end. Some say he's
arguably the best receiving tight end in the league.
Some say. When Kittle's out, some say he is the best. But moving on to our fifth team, Tony, who's your fifth team?
Fifth team is the Colts. It's either up or down. They either have a surprising season good-wise or bad-wise. I think the fit with Matt Ryan was a really good pickup, and I think that their team will run really fluently. I just think that their wide receivers is kind of a question, and a good offensive line, but it's just I don't know if it'll work with a new quarterback and weak spot at the wide receivers.
Yeah, what they ran last season was a lot of run-based offense, and I think we'll see that again. And then they also have their guys running out of the backfield. Jonathan Taylor, some say he is the best running back in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Michael Pittman Jr., who's a very good receiver.
Good wide receiver.
And he kind of had some breakout games last year.
He had some breakout games. My problem with him was inconsistency. I don't know if he showed he could be the main guy on a team yet. Mm-hmm. Especially for a very good team. I don't know if he could do that yet.
Yeah, but now with Ryan, a true veteran.
That's why either they're going to have a really good season or mediocre.
Yeah. And Darius Leonard, I believe, is injured. So
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so it could be a bit tough. And in the 15, everyone knows this team's going to be good. But I'm going to go out here and say they are winning the AFC West. It's the Los Angeles Chargers. It's not going to be the Chiefs. It's going to be the Chargers. J.C. Jackson picked up arguably a top 5 corner. I think
arguably. Definitely top 5.
Definitely top 5 corner. The team's looking absolutely stacked. You got your boy Jay Herbo at quarterback. The team's looking Rashawn Slater going into his second season. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. I mean, Khalil Mack. What does that team not have? They have literally
They have everything. They do. Yeah.
Zach. I mean, it's gonna be a really good team. I think they're easily winning that.
Now playing Denver Broncos, the Raiders, and the Chiefs twice in the year. You think they're gonna come out on top?
It's gonna be it's anyone's division.
It is.
I'm going out here and I'm saying the Chargers are winning that division.
Okay. Ballsy.
And like actually, who do you like? What are your rankings for that division? Like, who do you think is like? Who do you think's heading forward?
I can't take the Chiefs at a number one spot. I think Patrick Mahomes is by far the best quarterback in this league. Just a great team around him as well. I think it's a throw-up between the Raiders and the Chargers. I think the Broncos are pretty much the easy four there, even though they're still a very good team.
I mean, yeah, the Chiefs did have a pretty good draft. Carla Fitz, very good pass rusher. And then they obviously still have Kelsey, picked up Juju, not a bad receiver. Yeah, but without Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes will not have his deep guy and his guy that he can get the ball to.
He got Travis Kelsey.
He does have Kelsey, and I honestly think as crazy as it sounds, I think everyone in the AFC West is making the playoffs.
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like every team in the AFC West is like a top 7 team in the NFL.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, Denver Broncos got Russ. The Raiders just got Devontae Adams, and Derek Carr. He's in and out of that top 10 quarterback range, but it's a great division, and it'll be fun to see what the division will have this year and what matchups we'll see, how it will play out. However, Tony, any last words?
Yes. Comments down below if you think who will come out as the favorite for the AFC West.
Yeah, that's the question for you guys. Comment that down below. But thank you very much for watching. I'm Saahil Kapoor, Tony Quilici. Tony, hope to have you back on the channel. It was fun.
It was fun.
All right, signing off.